So, gentlemen, good evening. I will try to get this drill head atop this stand, and I will try attending to it, but we'll see about that because I sprained my back trying to pull that large mill table out of the car. I was a bit rash when I was extracting it, and I fucked myself up. So we shall see how much success I will have in lifting the drill head up. I hope that this piece of shit will handle two heavy castings like this, but it should. There's no reason this material should fail. Let me see what you can see. Okay, good. You can see quite nicely. I'll just pull this closer towards the edge over here in an attempt to drag it where the material should be more structurally sound. Okay, and so we slowly start. Okay, this rag is, well, has seen better days. Ooh, disgusting. Now I'm sure that this casting complex, that is the head, will clean up nicely, and I'm saying complex because it is made out of a few pieces that are machined and put together with fasteners and pins, but I'll be blunt about this little thing. The insides are seized and fucked, like properly seized and properly fucked. So I do not expect this thing to be running. I'm cleaning it up because it's a nice casting, or rather a nice gearbox, essentially a housing that I can utilize for, well, a few ideas that I have. But I'm not expecting any of the original default systems to be running. The motor probably is running, but I'm under no illusion about the contents of the head itself. That is why I changed my mind about it in the first place, because I originally wanted to get this head and use her as a, well, not use her as a something because the outside was fucked, but I wanted to restore her, lap the table in, because it's quite easy to do, especially on something that is machined and isn't overly destroyed by rust, or rather affected by rust, and just restore the machine and sell her off. But then I realized when I opened the side over here that will not be happening. Not in the way that I would like it to. I am glad that I sprayed the head down with lithium grease quite a while ago, because it prevented any further rusting from occurring. I love that there is no aluminum practically other than for lids and some such non-structural nonsense, but everything else, even this cable block is steel, machined properly and designed properly. I should loosen it, probably. Oh, we have a cable here. What the hell is that cable supposed to be powering up or signaling? Although this is from an era that makes the idea of this being a signal cable seem quite stupid. But I'm reluctant to cut it, although it is already cut over here, wherever it goes to or from. Let's see. No, that is an interesting cable. It's definitely not a signal cable, but it looks like a whole bunch of... No, they are not ground wires, definitely. I've got no idea what are those, but at any rate, I'll continue fiddling with this. This is the spring setter, or essentially a torque wrench that you set the spring tension with. If I can take it off, I'm taking it off. Ah, my grease still in here from when I applied it. Good. At least some of the important surfaces are unmolested. I'll definitely need some toilet paper to clean the crap off at some point, and a new sponge. This is a nicely machined surface. Not a single catch. And the edges are unmolested, which is beautiful. If there was even a slightest bit of damage to any of these edges, the chisel would have caught on it, but not a single one. This is a bit rough over here. I suppose I could show you the inside, but I will not. Not yet. I find it much more convenient to flip the head over to this side, where the door is just a flat panel, and this side does not permit me to do so with same degree of ease. Okay. Well, I should really get some toilet paper or something that I can clean this off with, because you won't be seeing much progress if I just continue to spread dirty oil around without wiping it off here and there, or rather now and again. Quite nice. I won't be fully undoing this. This video is just gonna be cleaning. I'm gonna show you the insides from the other side, but I'm gonna do what I did to this side and to the other side. Blast them with lithium grease. Oh, by the way, I found another machine that I would like to pick up, and that I will likely pick up. It's a small Traub automatic lathe. I've got no idea which model number or anything about the machine, but when I was picking this machine up, that little Traub was just arriving on the scrapyard, and well, I do not need a small screw cutting automatic lathe. I actually have a large screw cutting automatic lathe that I plan on turning into a CNC machine, namely the Habecker lathe. But I would like to pick up the small Traub lathe and to remove the lathe part off of the lathe, and just to keep the base. Of course, I'm not going to be a subhuman beast, and I'm not planning on throwing the small lathe into the garbage or scrap. You get my point. Same thing essentially. I plan on decommissioning the lathe essentially, and either turning some of her parts into some other project parts, or just selling off parts one by one purely to people who are in need of parts as a second-hand replacement, because there are no new parts. I would of course never sell any of the parts to, I don't know, some brainlet who plans to turn them into an art installation or some stupid shit like that. I'm not that vile, but I am aware that not every machine can be kept around forever, and decommissioning one lathe that is in a very good condition and preserving her in parts for a much longer time than allowing her just to get shredded in a few months when the scrapyard owner decides to get rid of her is in my mind a much more honorable fate for a machine. I would keep the parts oiled and treat them nicely until somebody who is in need of them would come and take them off my hands. So yeah, that's my plan for another acquisition. I have no place nor space for that little lathe, but when I take the lathe off of the stand, I will have enough space for it, because it's essentially yay large. It's no larger than this head, and it's more than likely lighter than this head. Maybe it isn't. Machines can be deceptively heavy. But that I can just stash underneath my shader lathe or wherever, because I'm not using any of my large machines, and that assembly could sit there for, well, as long as I am waiting for my new shop. And even when the shop gets set up and everything, there will still be more waiting time, so I'm in absolutely no hurry to get rid of such a piece. So yeah, I'll more than likely pick up that little Traub lathe, which will be a fun project, most definitely. I want the machine base. I have quite a few ideas that I could use a decent machine base for, and I do not have decent machine bases lying around, so that's where I'm gonna get it. Okay. As you can see, things are cleaning up nicely, as was expected, in a way. At least I expected it. This is pretty much the same thing that I do to all the machines on scrapyard that I potentially plan on snagging, or that I do not plan on snagging, but, well, I do not clean them, but I blast them and rub them in with a glove with some nice amount of grease. I usually waste a whole can or two of them on a machine just to prevent water ingress, but I was too late for this little machine. This little thing was obviously sitting somewhere neglected for quite a while before she was actually scrapped and brought to the scrapyard, because I attended to her quite quickly when she first arrived. Oh no. Sponge. I'm interested in what this does, because this is definitely not a drawbar, given that the spindle is offset by 10 centimeters from this. What does this do? I would like to know. This is quite a sad fate for this nice of a machine, because the machine does not seem to have been abused or used overly much, but the insides are a bloody mess. Just wait until you see it. You will know why I decided not to buy it originally, when I was considering this as a machine rather than a project. I guess a huge bearing would really do nicely over here, but thank God for these stamping matrices. Okay, with minimal scratching and casting molesting. This works well on rust as well. When you have a machined surface that you have to remove rust from, well, in certain conditions. Oh, by the way, yeah. Can you see it? Not all that well. You'll get a close-up. Fret not. The smell is repulsive. Not overwhelmingly so, but it is damn bad. Now keep in mind that I have not been exploring the inside of this thing overly closely. I have just seen the, well, what you probably can see from where you're looking, and I realized that the spindle is seized, and knew that I'm not going to be restoring this as a factory original and selling it to someone for machine use. But I might fully restore this head as is and use it for myself. That I do not mind whether I will refinish the head as to retain the factory original functions of tapping up to M6 is debatable, and I will have to see about it myself. But it's a nice casting, it is modular, the whole setup can be taken apart, so I see a little issue in the insides being in the condition that they are in, because nothing is broken casting wise, and what is inside might still be either recoverable or repairable, because, well, I can just remake every single component one by one and voila, everything is repaired. But you get my point. We'll see what comes out of this in the end. Although I cannot understand why is there flaking paint on the inside. Is this a... what the fuck is that? I'm tossing crap in. Although there's no issue with tossing anything inside over here, because the spindle is seized, the bearings are destroyed, everything is fucked, so it's not like something falling in here will cause any damage or any potential damage. This is pretty much as far as I will take this now, and this is gonna be the part 1 of the video. Let's get you out of your cage. As you can see, things are a bloody mess. I will restart filming with the flash turned on, because I will shove you inside this hole. Oh, by the way, this is what I was referring and wondering about. Why is this painted? Why does this look skewed to the side? So I'll have to inspect this whole mess. But for now, let's just restart filming with the flash turned on. Okay. In you go, sweetheart. So the casting is quite alright, as you can see. There are no issues with the casting, but the mechanism itself is fucked. I cannot really shove you in from that side, but I can give you a better glimpse in regards to some things. You can see a whole collection of springs. I'm sorry for the handheld monstrosity of shooting, but I'm using this opportunity to explore the contents of the thing I will have to deal with myself. And this will pretty much be all for now. You have seen the rear, it's cleaning up nicely. The top side will have to be attended to. The motor I will see what I will do about or with, or if I will do anything with it or about it. I've got no idea. The front, I'll have to take this panel off and restore this sight glass if I will retain the original functionalities. I'll have to see. This is a project in discovery, more or less, not even a project in progress, because I've got no idea what I will do with this thing. I could restore it to factory original condition and use it for intended purposes, because having a nice large dedicated tapping head like this set up on a pillar drill is quite useful, especially with machine taps and carbide taps that you can run into harder materials with extreme reliability that this head will allow for, most definitely. So yeah, I'll see what comes of this poor thing in the end. The bottom is also cleaning up quite nicely. As I said, the whole thing appears not to have been misused or abused, other than just being neglected for a certain period of time where the insides got wrecked, and the rest is history. A cool design, definitely. I haven't fully cleaned this off, as you can see, because I was not tending to the bottom. I'm sorry. Oh god, my back. But yeah, this will pretty much do it for the first installment in the series regarding this head. No need to watch me spray grease all over the place and rub it in once more. You have seen me do that twice at least today. So, gentlemen, I wish you all the best, and until I recover a bit and get to that large mill table and main body that this came with, I bid thee farewell, and yeah, as said, all the best. Bye bye.